Hello and welcome to Nest of Guidance. This June 29th is the Capricorn Full Moon, and I am already tuning into this energy. I am already receiving messages for us. It has been over 3 weeks since my last reading on YouTube, because leading up to this vivacious return I am hearing, which it might feel for you as well, I was pulled away by spirit to root and receive and let magic germinate in the void with patience. But I am back now, and I have messages to share. I have inspiration to throw at you. And I am so grateful and excited to be back filming readings for YouTube and my birdies here in the Nest of Guidance. And if you are a birdie, we are up to 805 subscribers, which is amazing. So incredibly amazing. And if you subscribed while I was not actively filming and sharing readings, thank you. That is also incredibly amazing. And if you were already a subscriber here, thank you. I love you. I love all of you. I am so happy to be back. I am ready to go. Let's dive right in. I have rambled long enough. The messages I received intuitively for this Capricorn full moon on June 29th, which you might already be feeling the energies of, which will lead all the way up to the next new moon on the 14th of July. So these energies will span the 2 weeks up till the July 13th mark. Is the first one I received sounds kind of harsh, but it's not really. But it was, this is reality. This is reality. Sorry, I just noticed my hair is doing weird stuff. I just adjusted it beforehand. But this is reality, and that doesn't mean like, this is reality, come back to reality, we're on planet Earth here where things are hard. No, because my reality is a beautiful, magical, spontaneous, synchronistic, angel, fairy, dragon-filled place. So if you need to know that this is your reality, then stay tuned into whatever your reality is, and know that your reality doesn't need to necessarily be what someone else's reality is, even if that person is a family member or a partner or a colleague or a close friend or a pet, I'm hearing. And that was one of the messages that came through this lunation and the oracle cards I pulled. And when I saw this specific one, I actually chuckled because it was so in line with the message of this is reality, which is take a reality check. And that can mean that your reality is actually more beautiful, more synchronized, more aligned with you, more healthy, more active, more wholesome than you have been allowing it to be if you've been not accepting it. So take a reality check. Know that this is reality. This beautiful, amazing, magical, synchronistic, healthy, divine, loving, abundant, prosperous planet that we live on is reality. You watching this reading right now is reality, and it is safe for you to rest and accept that energy as you, again, take a reality check. And then to know that as you take a reality check, that the end of a tough cycle for you is potentially approaching. So if you've been going through it, if you've been checking your reality and you're like, this is reality, not this is reality, then that cycle is so close to being over for you. And that leads me into the other messages that I received for this lunation intuitively, which is the first step to checking your reality and aligning with it and bringing these tough cycles through to a close, manifesting your visions, is first to visualize and envision the reality you want to be living in. The second step is to embody that energy that you're envisioning and take inspired action towards it. So if the reality that you were wanting to live in is continually filming readings for YouTube, then take your reality check, embody that energy, and show up. If it's going for a walk every day, it can be around the block. Feel the health, be the health is what I'm hearing. Feel it and then be it. Be it within, and that's how it manifests forward through you. And that is also how the tough cycle comes to a close. And also, you need to check in with your reality for the old cycles to end, because if you're just kind of like plugging your ears and closing your eyes and hope it's going to all fade away, then you're not tuned into your own life and your own potential. You have to be tuned in and aware for the old cycles, the tough cycles, the sagas I'm hearing, to close out. And then the third message I received intuitively was to shift the critic into compassion. So if you've been away from YouTube for 3 weeks and your mind is like, what are you doing? Get back on the computer, get back on the thing, do the thing, be the thing. And it's coming at you with criticism. Shift it into compassion. Shift the criticism you might have for others or your situation or your energy or the world at whole into compassion. Because nothing moves forward without compassion. And as I always say, you can't hate yourself into positive change. That will just loop the tough cycle if you try to hate yourself into positive change. So be compassionate. Feel the compassion within you. Let that bring forth fluid, inspired action from within out into your reality. Check it. Know that it's actually your physical reality. And then that's when you achieve what you're envisioning for yourself, because it must materialize physically in this lovely physical realm in which we are all being for it to happen for you. Dreams will stay dreams if they're trapped in the ethereal, and so many dreams stay trapped in the ethereal. They must be achieved through the reality check of knowing that you have what it takes, knowing you can achieve it, knowing that when you achieve it is when the tough cycle comes to a close for you. So that was truly the 3 intuitive messages that I received for this Capricorn lunation of this is reality. This right here, this space that I'm living in, this camera that I'm filming on, wherever you are, whoever you are, this is reality. And it might not be exactly where you want to be right now, but then it's a blessing that it's coming to a close soon. But you must first be aware of it and acknowledge it to shift it with compassion instead of criticism, embodying what you envision for yourself and your highest good, and then taking those inspired actions forward. Now I'm going to go into my tarot deck to see how we can feel, embody, and act upon what we are envisioning to close out old cycles, to tune even more truly into our magical, beautiful realities that we all live in, and see again at the end what will be manifested through it. So this is how we can physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually feel and embody and then act to achieve with this Capricorn full moon. And I'm just going to choose the cards from on top of the tarot deck. Woo! Okay, interesting. So, 2 cards fell forward. We will get into them in a second. Okay, I'm going to pull a clarifier. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, wow. I feel like with this message, which is a little bit intense, that we sense some big changes are happening for us. some closing of old cycles might feel a little bit more jarring than we're kind of hesitating on that energy. But the two cards that fell for together, and I don't use reverse, so I flipped them all upright, was the Page of Swords with the Five of Cups. And the Page of Swords is to break through the energy of the Five of Pentacles, but Five of Cups might be tuned into here if we're feeling some grief, some loss, some disillusionment with what we're going through right now. Maybe that's also what's ending for us with this cycle. But the Page of Swords to the Five of Swords, oh my god. All of the fives are coming through, but the one I have on here. So, first of all, the Page of Swords is, I'm hearing, not believing the gossip, not believing the stories, not believing the tales, not believing the critic that might be in your mind or in your reality as people you know, as what you're hearing online or tuning into intentionally. But the Page of Swords is thinking outside the box, being a creative problem solver to break through the cycles, right? Rewrite the story in which you want to live. Rewrite the story of your reality. You have all the brilliant ideas, right? So embody and act with inspiration on them forward in a creative way that breaks the mold, that is outside of the box of what you are anticipating. And that will free you from the energy of the Five of Pentacles, which is feeling trapped on the outside of what you're trying to manifest. Maybe feeling low financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, worried about where you are in your reality. Maybe you feel like this is your reality right now, where you're like, there's not enough health, there's not enough time, there's not enough resources, I'm tired, I'm exhausted. But look at, the key is literally within reach for you. So check your reality, because the key is within reach, and you just gotta check your reality to see that you have what it takes to break the cycle, to end the loop. Check your reality, because the resources are right there for you. So those are the two cards that fell forward. How we can embody physically to achieve with inspiration and compassion is to just let go. Accept that the old cycle is ending and let it end, right? The Three of Swords is a painful loss, separation, ending happening that can be very jarring and unexpected. This can be like, this literal physical card came through for me the day before I had to release and say goodbye to my cat Morpheus, which I've done some videos about before. But this literal painful separation and loss card came through the day before I had to say goodbye to him forever. So it doesn't always come through physically though, but this might mean that to close out these negative cycles, to say goodbye to them forever, can be a little bit emotional, can be a little bit troublesome, and you may need some downtime afterwards, after cutting these cords, which are at this moment in time potentially tearing your heart apart. This can also be just like physically ending things that are on a mental level, because the swords are specifically your thoughts, your ego, and your perceptions. But if your perceptions and your ego are like this, guess what your physical actions are going to be? I'm hearing like, guess what you will be achieving if you're tied to this energy. I don't want to be achieving this. I'm pretty sure you don't want to be achieving that either. So that is why you gotta let the old cycles go. Cut the cords physically with any type of negative thought, negative perception, negative idea of what your reality might be. Break the cord, cut the cord, free yourself. I'm hearing, even if it hurts, because that is truly how you free yourself and move forward. And then when you do, mentally, things really start to shift for you on your inner mind. Your perceptions will change instantaneously with the Knight of Swords. You physically cut the cords, and then all of a sudden your perceptions of life and your reality and what you're capable of achieving happen. I'm hearing like nearly instantaneously. This energy will come through because all it took was breaking the cord. So as soon as you do the reality check and cut the cord, then everything changes immediately for you. The Knight of Swords is the fastest card within the tarot deck. It is things happening in a matter of days from cutting the cord. It is perception shifting on a dime, new clarity coming through that is guided by new levels of communication mentally, new thoughts, new perceptions that are now able to move forward because they're not tied into old cycles. And then emotionally, you achieve it. This is achievement. This is achievement. This is being emotionally being received, being seen, being acknowledged. Emotional victory is, I'm hearing like no longer withheld. You achieve your own standing ovation, and people will notice that within you and within your energy and within the way you are moving and acting and presenting yourself to the world. And then you are seen differently for how you are feeling differently, being received differently emotionally, because the emotions in which you are emitting through your energetic field have shifted exponentially. This is huge, but it can take some snipping. That's how it's coming through first. So know that you will receive emotional clearance. You will receive emotional victory, praise, adulation, adoration for yourself. You will free your heart by cutting the cords, allowing your mind to shift at will, instantaneously, being and seeing yourself, receiving yourself and being received emotionally, achieving that fully for yourself through this Capricorn new moon. And then spiritually, you got to do the thing. Spiritually is the two of wands, which is you've gone through the inner shift, the physical cutting of the cords, the mental breakthroughs that happen very quickly, the emotional victory and achievement and accomplishment. And now you're just like, I've done it, but now you're still on this side where everything is on the other side. And so this is when you really gotta trust that what has been left and is no longer tied to you can be left, so you can move forward and trust the adventure that awaits for you as you get up and go and allow yourself to achieve. And then I did pull 2 clarifier cards for the Two of Wands because it is very much like, I want to, but I'm here, I see the adventure, I see the expansion, but this job, but this responsibility, but this, but that. So it's funny because it's like, but this is like, get out, right? Get out, get up and go. Achieve. But not like pressure and rush. It's like, again, when you're embodying it and you're feeling it, it comes through naturally and fluidly. It's not like a pressure or a force. But the Capricorn energy that's coming through is very much like bringing these things to the surface to be seen, to be severed with the Three of Swords, so that instantaneous breakthroughs mentally can happen for us, that will give us the emotional victories, that will then allow us to get up from where we've been seated, stationary, and expand and explore. And this might cause some upheaval. And this card is controversial. I don't want you to panic, because truly it is a blessing. But when this shift happens, And when you do decide to get up and go, you might be causing some tower moments for the way your reality has been perceived. You might be tuning into some tower moments or be a tower moment for other people. If people are perceiving you as this and then suddenly you do this shift, then their perception of you and the foundation of you that you have built up through that old way, that old cycle, that tough cycle, that might crumble down because you're no longer that person. You instantaneously shift out of that way of being. This could also be like you do the shift and then suddenly where you live, who you are, what you thought you wanted, gone in a second. Obliterated in the wind. The lightning in the tower is never what causes the fall. It is the moment of awareness that comes very quickly and illuminates everything, but it is a gift. With the acorns, acorns are a gift. It is a gift of transformation, this awareness, and you have the resources to face this change, to break these old cycles. And when you do, what clarifies the tower attached to the Two of Wands is the Death and Rebirth card. So you get up and you go and you shift inwardly, which shifts outwardly, that could cause some tower moments, whether in your life, your relationships, or internally within who you thought you were and what you thought you wanted, within how people perceived you. But it is a cycle of renewal that is coming through. Because through these massive changes and transformations and transcending old ways into new beginnings, purpose lies within what might feel like chaos. And that is a beautiful, beautiful gift. And you truly do shed the old skin of who you were through that act, through that allowance, through checking your reality, right? Through checking your reality. The end of a tough cycle is here. The end of a tough cycle is here. So take a reality check, allow what needs to fall, and get up and go explore the new world in which you have a let happen for you. And I just want to pull one card from here to summarize all of this energy, because this was quite an intense reading, and I apologize for the intensity of it being my first reading back after quite a unexpectedly long break. But there is good being manifested within and through you through this. So I'm going to pull one final oracle card to show you, to prove to you that you are achieving beautiful, magical, abundant things with your energy, and by letting these old cycles die, to be reborn into a brand new, fully received, achieved, accomplished being in a fully received, achieved, and accomplished reality. And I'm just going to choose from the top of the deck. Safe travel. Master creator energy. You're traveling safe through this tide of change and letting old cycles go. It says, keep me safe and let me roam far away, but bring me home. The yearning you have to get out and explore is calling you. Keep me safe, but let me roam. Let me go far, but bring me home. So know that you can travel safe through this new world that you are creating. I'm actually going to pull one more, but you can use this affirmation to call in this safe travel energy, master creator energy, and then healing was the card right below it. And this whole intense reading is truly and fully a message of healing. So bring to me your healing power. Call on your guides, call on your angels, and ask them to bring you their healing power. And you could even do a candle ritual where you write down everything you want to cut and clear from your life. to be free of and let it burn down and sit with it with intention as you clear the cords with flame. And definitely you can use that as an affirmation to bring through healing for yourself through this Capricorn Capricorn full moon on Capricorn full moon on June 29th and the next 2 weeks leading up to July 13th. Thank you so much again. If you've tuned into this entire reading, I know it was a little bit longer. I know I was rambly. I know I'm a little bit all over the place. Subscribe if you want to see more readings from me. I am so grateful to be back. I'm so grateful for everyone who's subscribed, whether you've been subscribed forever or if you've come through the last 3 weeks when I wasn't very present. Thank you. And I will see you in my next reading. Namaste.